Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Steve's United Talk. So, time for the morning roundup of news. So got interesting things. We've got the green light on a project that's been in the pipeline for a little while. We've got Highland with his 25 goal feed. Staff meant to be walking on eggshells. The midfield saga, which is getting a little bit boring, really, but yeah. And then we've got Bayern Munich interested in one of our players. So yeah, I'm ready for work again. A quick video and then out the door, go for the day's graft. So I hope you're all doing well. So yeah, let's get into it. So last night there was an article come out about Bayern Munich interested in Bruno Fernandes. So how do we feel about that? I mean, there's some players, well, not players. There's some people asking for him to be called to be sold. Sorry, in the summer. Believe we should have sold him last summer, which is a bit tricky, especially because I feel he's been one of our best players for quite a number of years now. So I think he's entitled to a rough season or a rough game because he'll come good. He always does it, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, so it's a tough one for me because I'm torn because I love him. I think his attitude could always adjust slightly sometimes. I don't think he's United captain material, but I think what he's done for United over the last few years is extraordinary. You know, without his goals and assists, even in a team performing bad, he's been one of Europe's best, most productive players. So it's a hard one for me, but I could see Man United cashing in on him because, truthfully, we need to overhaul the whole midfield, which is brings us on to our next topic, which is the midfield saga. I mean, we need, if Casemiro's contract is getting extended, which I don't think it will, he's not going to take a pay cut, is he? Let's be realistic. Especially when he can probably go to the MLS or to Saudi and probably get more than he's on now. So, yeah, let's say Casemiro's leaving. They're on about getting rid of Bruno, which I'm still torn on. I don't think they will. So then that leaves us, with probably three good options in Belieber, Wharton, and Anderson. Now, my problem with each and every one of them, and it's not really a problem, I guess, is they are all different. Out of all three, at the minute that's playing, I would prefer Anderson. Very dynamic, very good at reading, intercepting, great passer of the ball. He's having a good season. Wharton is a great progressive player. Passing ability, he's doing brilliant as well, and he has done now for last season and this season, so that's good. And then Blaber, yeah, very good at driving forward with the ball. He's a good all-round player, but his form's dipped, so that's quite worrying. Because is his form dipped because we haven't had, because he didn't get the move he wanted to Man United? Was he promised to move to Man United, and that's why his form's dipped? Has he done an Isaac? So that's a little bit worrying. But let's be frank. When you look at other teams, there's a few teams in the Premier League: Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, and Newcastle. They've probably got 6 players that can play in them 2 positions. We've got 4, but we're not playing Manu. Ugarte can't get a start. Very rare. Casemiro and Bruno. Like, who else is filling in them spots? So really, ideally, we could do with all 3 of those midfielders, especially, if Manu's on his way out the door, which people are looking at him for loan in January, from what I read last night. So yeah, it's a bit of a worry in midfield because each of them players are probably worth 100 mil in current market. So where's that coming from? Because we're definitely going to need them. We've got a small squad as it is. We need to bulk that squad up really. So yeah, the midfield saga is getting a bit dramatic really. A bit like I can't see us signing one of them in January. We'll probably end up getting 5th or 6th position choice. But it is what it is. So yeah, moving on anyway. Yeah, so the eggshells. Like apparently the staff at Carrington walked on eggshells around Rashford. He was a problem according to Roy Keane. We all know Roy Keane, love Roy Keane. You know, one of the only people that speaks our language and says it as it is, really. Sometimes a bit harsh, but truthful. Never really puts a word out of place. And just says how he feels, which is what most of us do. So, yeah. So, yeah, they're saying Rashford was the problem or a problem. And I can believe that. You know, like I said in one of my previous videos, the kids have grown up in an environment that was ripped apart, had no direction. So they create their own direction, which kids do, and become little buggers, you know, and almost become superstars through a link to Manchester United rather than becoming a superstar through just playing great football. So yeah, I can see where that's come from, but also it's a bit worrying, you know, that's how it is in the background, and these are some of the issues that we have in Manchester United. Possibly part of the reason why Ineos and Amron decided enough's enough. And let's face it, if you don't want to be somewhere, you're going to be grumpy, you're going to be fed up. So, yeah, for a second cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah, so on to the next roundup. We've got Highland doing amazing out in Napoli. Apparently, from what I understand, Napoli have got the money ready to go. And De Bruyne is saying literally just feed the kid and he'll score, which is fine. Which is fine. And we're not saying that we didn't feed Highland at Manchester United. Sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong, we weren't feeding him like he's getting fed now. But also, when you're coming up against Levi Colwell, you know, good, solid defenders in the Premier League, it's a little bit different. You know, they're expecting the runs in behind. He's not a Haaland. Haaland's a monster and does it from his own halfway line. Makes that run, receives the ball, off he goes, boom, it's a goal. Sorry, still recovering. So yeah, but I'm glad he's having a good time out there. Being settled, scoring for Denmark, scoring for Napoli. Yeah, just maybe Man United wasn't the right fit for him. You know, we prefer to play it out to our wingers to run onto than necessarily play the forward ball through on the counter attack, which we've kind of always done as Manchester United. You know, you think we've always fed the wingers and they fed the striker. But they're just doing turn counter attack and football, Napoli, really, and he's just running through onto the ball. So maybe we did miss something there. But I'm glad he's doing well, you know, because we might actually get some money back for these players, and we need it. You know what I mean? And Man United might sign the likes of Rashford and sell the likes of Rashford and Highland in the summer to stump up that money for Amron to get him a midfielder before, you know, the season's over. So hopefully in that January transfer window, we could, with the sale of those players and them going forward. I can't see why it wouldn't happen, but yeah, we'll see. But I'm glad. I'm glad. You know, it just shows that there is a player in there, but it doesn't mean just because there's a player in there that they're consistent. But he seems to be having fun. So well done, mate. Keep at it. Yeah, and then just having a quick look before I go on to the next one. Yeah, so there's nothing that I can see. Apart from I did hear yesterday there was a bit of a story come out. 1 minute, sorry. Yes. No, not this time in the morning, darling. No, not at 8:30 in the morning, sweetheart. Go watch TV, please. Thank you. Right. Go on then. Yeah, so sorry about that. So yeah, sorry about that. So basically, it's come out from a decent journalist about Agate getting grilled at the same time as Garnacho, and this was months ago. So I'm a little bit. The story didn't need to come out before the Liverpool game. It's piss poor timing. And actually, the worst thing about it is it comes from a reliable source. But I'll be honest with you, someone's leaking again, and obviously we've probably got a rough idea who it is. But I'll leave that to you guys to surmise because we can't go around making accusations. But he's not going to just grill two players in that team at the end of the season. He's going to have grilled a few. And Bugatti still there, out of favour. Garnacho's gone crying like a baby, gone to Chelsea. So, yeah, I don't understand why the story's come out and why they've saved it for this length of time and why it's come out before the Liverpool game because no need for it really. And this is the problem with the media. Even a good journalist, it's normally okay. And then this comes out now like, we've got nothing to say on the international break. Let's get this story out, get some more clicks around Man United. Like, fuck off. Just concentrate on your own shit and leave us alone, man. So yeah. So that was pretty much really everything that was worth speaking about. And then obviously the big one last night that was released was Manchester United have been given a massive boost towards getting a green light for the new stadium, which is brilliant. 100,000 seat stadium, like, is what we've been wanting for years. Like, it really is. But so here's the but. So apparently they're going to be looking at purchasing the land needed from Freightline, I think it is, through a compulsive government contract, forcing them to sell the land, step in and kind of broker a deal for around 50 million. So that's going to be 2 billion for the stadium, 50 million for the land. They're looking to have it done by the 30 to 31 season, which is just under 5 years' time. Which, lovely. Yeah, in our lifetime, we're going to see a new stadium, 100,000 seater. It's going to be the biggest stadium in the north. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Where the fuck we're getting the money for that? Like, we're getting outside investment, right? Fine. What are these investors going to want? £2 billion, a lot of money. And 1.5 billion only bought 25% of the stake in Manchester United for Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And look what he's took on. A shit show. It just makes me wonder how they're going to get this done. It does. And I'm guessing there's going to be some government grants there to help, because it's a lot of money. I mean, you know, we might have like Snapdragon and that put some money in for a stand or stadium naming rights. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't see how the Glazers are going to do it with Sir Jim Ratcliffe at the helm. And then we've also got to function as a football club as well, which is worrying, because we can't even function as a football club without the added stress of 2 billion in debt. So I'm hoping this is like a shiny penny to the UAE consortium. And I hope the Glazers are sat there going, well, you know, rather than going through all that stress, that's another 5 years that we're going to be in charge of Manchester United and get a stadium. And we've got no money coming out of it because we're not even turning a profit properly and we're getting no dividends. I'm hoping that they're sat there going, maybe we can sell this as a package now. We've got a 2 billion stadium. We've got Manchester United worth 5-6 billion on the stock market, let's say, what they see it worth at. Maybe we could sell this for 7 or 8 billion and cash in, and you know, the prospects there, everything's set up. Yeah. Well, we've whittled everything down. You know, there's no deadwood overheads. Like, we've got rid of these. We've sorted that out. We've got rid of that. The only bloody thing that needs sorting is the new stadium needs building and a new team. Right? Yeah. Let's cash in. I'm hoping that's what's happening, because I'm not looking forward to the next 5 years on the Glazer rule and another £2 billion worth of debt. Madness. Because I bet even though Jim Ratcliffe this season, I bet we've still not paid anything off that debt. And if we are, I'll fall over. I'll probably try eat an app. So you can clip that and come back to me at the financial end of the season. But yeah, so it's quite a bit worrying. And this is the saga with Man United. Like, I should be excited that we're having a new stadium. I should be buzzing. Like, initially I was, and then I sat there and thought about it and was like, oh, this is the Glazers. But is this maybe why we're speaking to the UAE? Is this what this is all about? Just seems funny that we've got the preparation and this all on the pipeline, and that's a little background story that just appeared. And maybe they're interested with a new stadium, still having Old Trafford, and the sale of a club. But it just makes me think, you know, when they put Old Trafford up for sale, Manchester United up for sale, they were literally on the ropes. And yeah, Jim Ratcliffe come in and saved them a few bucks, but we can't be that much better off. Not at all. And how are we going to afford this new stadium? Big companies know that we're on the ropes, know that we've massive debt. I mean, Snapdragon might spend, have 2 billion. I want my name, I want the stadium. But let's face it, these projects very rarely hit 2 billion. It's probably 2.5 billion by the time it's built. But we'll see. Yeah, so that's mainly the news, guys. So I should be excited. I should be buzzing. We've got a new stadium. But not, because we've got the Glazers. And that's like a eureka moment with a to the head, isn't it? Like, fuck. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Do like and subscribe. We'll keep these coming. We'll have a ponder today about our Manchester United club and try to figure out what this new stadium light's all about. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Love you all.